Part of the problem is people like Mike in Bracknell. James, you bear responsibility and culpability for this crisis. Okay? That's on me then. I'm sorry about that. We had a candidate who pledged to nationalise essential services, and you took the LBC paymaster line to denigrate him and ensure further Tory rule. Mike, you silly old sausage. You want to support someone who's unelectable, then it's not the fault of people who pointed out that he was unelectable that he turned out to be unelectable. If you're in a bus, Mike, and it's been driven towards a cliff edge, right, and you're praising the driver and talking about how brilliant he is, and I'm sitting next to you on the bus saying he's driving us towards a cliff edge. If you don't do something about this soon, we're all going to get driven over that cliff. I'm stuck on the bus. I'm voting for the same party that you're voting for, but we've got to get someone out of that driver's seat soon, because otherwise we're all driving over a cliff, and then we drive over a cliff, and as we're sitting in the mangled wreckage of the Sharrow Bank at the bottom of the enormous cliff, Mike turns to me and says, "It's all your fault, that is. It's all your fault that we just drove over that cliff that you warned us we were going to drive over, unless people like me woke up and did something about it." So, Mike, mate, you're part of the reason why people put up with this, because instead of actually seeking meaningful and plausible change, you're much, much happier sitting on the sidelines, lobbing rotten tomatoes at anybody who you don't consider to be ideologically pure enough. Do you know what you are, mate? I'll tell you what your politics is, because I've been thinking about this a little bit lately. Not too much, because it's largely irrelevant, but I'm lucky enough to get quite a lot of contact from people like you. Your politics is about sitting in the crowd slagging off the team on the pitch. And what's happened in the last few years is that you essentially got invited to come onto the pitch and play football, and you lost 50-0. And now you're back in the crowd, blaming it on everybody else. That terror you felt when you actually walked onto the pitch after a lifetime of claiming you could do a better job than the centre-forward, the centre-back, the goalkeeper, the left wing, the manager, the coach, the physio, sitting there, I could do a much better job. Right, come on then. Come on, Mike, put your strip on. You're playing up front. 50-0 you lost, mate. And it's entirely on you. So do grow up.